KNA B, PDF, TNLA, and CNA forces launched successful joint operation in Tamu Township against Junta troops. Tamu District, Sagaing Region, August 11, 2025. A fearsome assault by anti-junta resistance forces in Myanmar's northwestern Tamu Township has dealt a significant blow to the military regime's presence in the area. The battle, which took place in Nan Mung Ta village, involved joint forces from the Kuki National Army-Burma, KNA B, People's Defense Force, PDF, Tamu National Liberation Army, TNLA, and Chin National Army, CNA. According to official statements from the resistance, the engagement occurred when a column of approximately 80 junta troops from Light Infantry Battalion 228 advanced into the area. These troops, operating under the command structure of the Military Council, SAC, reportedly moved in with the intention of securing control over strategic points in Tamu District, which borders India and lies along key resistance supply routes. The Allied forces ambushed the column in a pre-planned operation, resulting in 6 junta soldiers killed and more than 20 others wounded. Resistance fighters also captured 9 firearms, along with quantities of ammunition. However, the victory came at a cost. 5 resistance fighters were confirmed killed in action, and 3 weapons were lost during the fighting. How the battle unfolded. The August 11 battle was part of a larger series of coordinated offensives across Sagaing Region and parts of Chin State. Eyewitness reports and local sources indicate that the junta column entered Nan Mung Ta village early in the morning. They were met by combined strike teams drawn from Tamu District, Malak District, and Kale District resistance commands, working in close coordination with KNA B, TNLA, and CNA units. These resistance forces had positioned themselves in fortified locations and along strategic approach routes to maximize the impact of the initial engagement. When contact was made, a fierce exchange of gunfire ensued, with the junta troops taking heavy losses in the first phase of the encounter. The Myanmar military responded with overwhelming aerial firepower. According to the joint statement, the junta deployed Yak-130 light attack aircraft and MiG-29 fighter jets to carry out bombing runs around the battle area. Additionally, they launched attacks using OWA suicide drones, a tactic increasingly adopted by the junta in recent months to disrupt resistance movements. Despite these air and drone strikes, the Allied resistance managed to maintain control of the battlefield long enough to recover captured weapons, tend to their wounded, and evacuate the bodies of their fallen fighters. The role of KNA B in the struggle. The Kuki National Army-Burma, KNA B, has been one of the key ethnic armed organizations in northwestern Myanmar, fighting alongside pro-democracy forces since the 2021 military coup. Based primarily in the Kuki-dominated areas of Chin State and Sagaing Region, KNA B has historically defended Kuki territories from both junta forces and external insurgent threats. Since 2021, KNA B has aligned itself with the broader anti-junta resistance, cooperating with the PDF and other ethnic armed organizations. Its fighters are known for their familiarity with the rugged border terrain, which allows them to launch effective guerrilla-style ambushes and secure vital cross-border supply lines. This latest operation in Tamu underscores KNA B's continued strategic importance, especially in securing the Sagaing-Chin-India border corridor. People's Defense Force, PDF, involvement. The People's Defense Force, formed as the armed wing of Myanmar's National Unity Government, NUG, has grown into a nationwide network of resistance fighters. Operating mainly in rural areas, the PDF relies heavily on alliances with ethnic armed groups for training, heavy weapons, and battlefield experience. In this operation, PDF battalions from Tamu, Malak, and Kale districts contributed both manpower and intelligence. Their role in identifying the junta column's movement and coordinating with KNA B, TNLA, and CNA units was crucial to the success of the ambush. TNLA's expanded role beyond northern Shan State. The Tamu National Liberation Army, TNLA, is an ethnic armed group from northern Shan State, representing the Taung, Palau, people, while TNLA traditionally operates in the northeast. Its participation in the Tamu operation signals the growing reach and unity of Myanmar's resistance forces. Over the past 2 years, TNLA has expanded its cooperation with other ethnic armed organizations outside its traditional areas. This joint operation with KNA B, CNA, and PDF is an example of the evolving alliances that have allowed resistance forces to challenge the junta on multiple fronts. The CNA's ongoing commitment to Chin State defense. The Chin National Army, CNA, the armed wing of the Chin National Front, CNF, has been active in defending Chin State against the junta since the coup. The CNA has also participated in joint operations beyond Chin State when strategic opportunities arise. In the August 11 Tamu battle, CNA fighters played a direct combat role alongside KNA B and other units. Their participation highlights the importance of inter-ethnic cooperation in resisting the junta's attempts to reassert control over border regions. Strategic importance of Tamu District. Tamu Township is a vital location for several reasons. 1. Border with India. It provides access to supply routes and potential safe havens for civilians fleeing junta attacks. 2. Cross-ethnic coordination. The area has become a staging ground for joint operations between multiple armed groups. 3. Control of trade and movement. Whoever holds Tamu can disrupt the junta's attempts to control trade routes into India's Manipur and Nagaland states. The junta's repeated attempts to re-enter and control Tamu underscore its strategic value. For the resistance, holding Tamu is not just about territory, it's about safeguarding a critical lifeline for weapons, medical supplies, and humanitarian aid. Impact on the junta's military position. The loss of 6 soldiers and over 20 injured, along with captured weapons, is a blow to the junta's morale and operational capacity in the northwest. While the junta has superior air power, its ground troops have suffered repeated losses in Sagaing and Chin over the past year. The increasing frequency of allied operations between ethnic armed organizations and the PDF poses a long-term strategic challenge to the junta. With groups like KNA B, TNLA, and CNA cooperating more closely, the military is being forced to spread its forces thin across multiple regions. Rising civilian risks. Despite the tactical success, the battle also underlined the dangers to civilians. The junta's airstrikes and drone attacks caused damage in surrounding areas, raising concerns about potential civilian casualties and displacement. Local humanitarian networks have been warning that air and drone strikes in populated rural areas violate international humanitarian law, as they often fail to distinguish between combatants and civilians. A pattern of growing resistance coordination. The August 11 battle is part of a pattern seen since late 2024, where resistance forces conduct joint, multi-group offensives. These operations aim to overwhelm junta columns before they can establish fortified positions, capture weapons to offset the resistance's supply shortages, demonstrate political unity among diverse ethnic armed organizations. This coordination, once rare in Myanmar's conflict history, has been increasing due to the shared objective of ending military rule. The road ahead for KNA B and allies. Looking forward, KNA B's leadership has signaled its intention to continue joint operations with other resistance forces. Maintaining control over areas like Tamu will require constant vigilance, mobility, and coordination, particularly given the junta's air superiority. For the PDF, TNLA, and CNA, the challenge will be sustaining such operations across multiple fronts while securing enough weapons and resources to remain effective. The success of the August 11 battle will likely encourage further joint missions, but it also risks triggering harsher junta retaliation, especially through indiscriminate aerial bombardment. Disclaimer: Zalengam Media. This news report is based on information from publicly available sources, statements from resistance organizations, and credible regional news outlets. While every effort has been made to verify facts, the situation in conflict zones remains fluid, and details may change as new information emerges. The accompanying video materials are used for representational purposes only and do not depict the exact events described in this article. Zalengam Media does not claim responsibility for the accuracy of footage obtained from third-party sources.